Good evening everybody! Just like any good superhero movie, the best part of the story is knowing the origins of where, when and how a superhero was born. So in today's video we'll take a look back at the birth of the ultimate guitar hero, Buckethead, and the VHS tape that would introduce him to the world. Woo!
Woo! 始めよう!
I remember I was sitting there in the house and he played that tape and I was like, oh my god.
First we begin with the origins of the white mask. In a 1996 article for Guitar Player magazine, Buckethead spoke about the mask recalling a dark night in 1989, stating, "I had just seen Halloween 4 and as soon as it was over I went into a store across the street and said, 'Do you have any Michael Myers masks?' They had a white mask which really wasn't like a Michael Myers mask, but I liked it a lot." That same night, Brian Carroll's dad, Tom Carroll, brought home a bucket of deli chicken, and without even thinking about it, young Brian would create a future guitar hero.
It wasn't something that I really thought about. I was eating, it was just deli chicken. I don't even know what it was, but I was eating it and I thought I had that mask, and I like Michael Myers, so it had a similar quality, but it wasn't exactly the same. So I just put it on my head, and I was like, I looked in the mirror, and I just was like, oh, that's Buckethead, you know.
So, with the mask on his face and bucket on his head, Buckethead was officially born. And along with his future bandmates Maximum Bob and Pinchface, Brian Carroll began making homemade horror movies as the newfound Buckethead.
My friend went to school, he was going to college, and he had video class, and he filmed me, you know, in that his Buckethead.
Whilst Brian Carroll had initially planned on using the Buckethead character to make homemade horror movies, after sending the VHS footage to a close friend, Buckethead was sent on a life-altering path.
I knew this writer at Guitar Player, and his name is Joe Gore, and he really is the one that I feel I owe a lot to, because he encouraged me to do it. Is that, like, you should just go be Buckethead, like, go play, because I was always like super scared to play, and I didn't really link that together. I just thought, oh, this is weird, like a weird horror guy, I'd like to make a movie about it or something. And then when he's like, you should just go for it, and I was like, oh, yeah, that would be cool, because I could do everything I like doing as this character that I'm totally scared to death to do otherwise.
So, with the encouragement from Guitar Player magazine editor Joe Gore, Buckethead the horror character became Buckethead the guitar player, later forming the band the Deli Creeps. Whilst the encouragement from Joe Gore led Buckethead to take to the stage, it was the VHS footage that would eventually lead Buckethead to stardom and a new lifelong friendship.
Well, I met Bucket through this guy named Joe Gore, and Joe was like, this guy sent a tape, and his name is Buckethead, and it's like a pretty funny video, and it's just, but this guy is shredding brain, you gotta check this guy out. And I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, here, let's plop it in. It was VHS. You know, he puts it in, and there was this dude playing the guitar like I had never seen anybody play it. And I was like, oh my god. And Joe was like, he's coming to San Francisco to meet me. You gotta meet him.
Joe Gore would later introduce drummer Brain to Buckethead, and the two formed an immediate friendship. And with the VHS tape in hand, just like Joe Gore before him, Brain would pass it along.
I got the tape to Bill Laswell, and Bill saw it, and I said, not only is this guy, you know, a crazy guitar player thing, he also loves Bootsy.
And for those who don't know, Bill Laswell is a Grammy Award-winning producer and bass player who's worked with hundreds of musicians, and Bootsy Collins is a Hall of Fame bass player and funk pioneer.
He sent me a videotape, and you know, I didn't know what to make of it at first. It was funny as heck. I mean, he had a bucket on his head, and you know, and the video was like taken in his house, and it was wild, man. And next thing I know, Laswell was talking about Buckethead, so I figured that I guess he had sent him a videotape also.
So, after seeing the tape, Bill Laswell called Bootsy Collins, who, unbeknownst to him, had also received the same VHS. And with both Bill Laswell and Bootsy Collins now in possession of the tape, Bill Laswell called Buckethead and Brain with an offer they couldn't refuse.
He's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, oh, cool. He goes, so, hey, I want to do this project. And I'm like, well, it's funny, Bucket's here. You want to talk to Bucket? You know, and Bucket's all, oh, geez, oh, you know.
Yeah.
He talks to Bill, his eyes are all lit up, and I'm like, what? You know, and we get back on the phone with Bill, and he's like, hey, so, you know, I just talked to Bucket. I want to do this band called Praxis.
The band Praxis would feature Buckethead Brain, Bill Laswell, Bootsy Collins and funk legend Bernie Worrell. In 1992 they released the album Transmutation, and in the same year Bootsy Collins produced Buckethead's debut album Buckethead Land. These two albums, along with the association with Bill Laswell and Bootsy Collins, introduced the world to Buckethead. And it was all because of a now legendary homemade VHS tape. So, with that being said, Mrs. NatterNet, play the tape.
はい。
Wrong tape.
あ、ごめん。
Hello?
あなたは1週間で死ぬ。
Fuck. Just play the tape.
Letterman! You Letterman! You gotta get this guy, he's my little brother. I want him in your band. My name's Bob, Farmer Bob Hack. I want you to keep that in mind, Farmer Bob Hack. Pretty soon Candy's gonna be named after us. We're gonna be famous. Anyways, Bucket? We see what you do. You're nothing. You can just sing and play bass. This guy's better.
You know, he's talking about all the horror stuff, and I was really never into horror, so I think he and I just hit it off because the stuff I was into, he didn't really know. But I was more into like fashion stuff and all that kind of stuff, and he was into all the horror stuff.